just like the vaccine they tried to mandate on me. If it's my body, my choice, for them, it should be for me too.
So you're saying it is your body, your choice.
I, People should have the choice.
You're saying for the vaccine, it is your body, your choice.
Yes. Well, I'm saying both ways. If they want to cry, oh, just get the vaccine, your body, it doesn't matter, but now it's on the shoe's on the other
But now
foot.
that abortion is illegal in certain states across the country, would you be okay with a vaccine mandate?
No.
Did you get vaccinated?
No, I did not.
Okay, so you did not comply with the mandate.
No.
Okay, but you do feel that if a woman is pregnant, that she should go along with the mandate in that state to have the baby.
Yes.
Okay.
Hypocritical, probably, but
So, the interview in this TikTok by The Good Liars is revealing to something that I think more people need to understand. And I see this a lot. A lot of people will point to Republicans and they'll say, oh my goodness, look, they're being hypocritical. Can you even believe? I can definitely change their mind if I point out the hypocrisies or inconsistencies in their views and things that they're saying. That's never going to work. They do not care about being hypocritical because ultimately they do not care about truth. At the end of the day, they think that they are the good guys who should have power over other people. And in a sense, I don't even think they really think that they're the good guys in particular, because the reality is a lot of Republicans sort of get off on being evil. They sort of take pleasure in the suffering of other people. This ultimately is something that we really need to understand if we want to actually deal with the political right in a way that makes sense and is actually capable of defeating them. And the clearest way to see this is to look at the way Republicans respond to violent acts that are committed by the political right. When we have mass shooters nearly every day in the United States that are predominantly carried out by extremist right-wingers, when we have organized violence from organizations like the Proud Boys, when you have the January 6th insurrection, the way that Republicans process this is very, very clear and speaks to how shameless they are. They will immediately blame it on the left, no matter what it is, even if it's somebody that they know, that stormed the Capitol on January 6th, they'll run around and they say, oh, it was Antifa. Oh my goodness gracious, it was radical leftists. Whenever there's a mass shooter, they'll go through and they'll be like, oh, see, they said this thing that proves that they're left wing. Look at them, they're on the left. Now, why do they do this? You see, because Republicans support that kind of violence. They do. They just can't admit that they do. So what they will do is they will blame it on the left. They'll say, it's the left that is secretly doing this. And the reason why they blame it on the left is because they want to use it to justify further acts of violence. That is it. And you can also see it in the way that they edit videos. When you have people like Proud Boys attacking a left-wing protest, and then you have Antifa folks that are defending themselves, they will cut videos only of the acts of defense and not show the assault that comes from the right wingers. And then when they cut that video, they will basically bank on the fact that news outlets in the United States, even self-purported left-wing news outlets, are fundamentally going to support the corporations that fund them, and in doing so will suppress any type of messaging that makes the political right look bad. Because another harsh reality is the media organizations that are all part of like giant media conglomerates in the United States fundamentally at their core know that fascism is a lot more profitable to them than any type of socialism. And so they would much rather lie to the benefit of right-wingers than actually tell the truth, that is, right-wingers are running around committing acts of violence, they're blaming it on the left, and the reason they're blaming it on the left is to justify even further acts of violence. And if anybody on the left dares to defend themselves, then that proves how violent the left is, and once again is used to justify even further violence. They don't care that they are being hypocritical. To them, hypocrisy is a tool to justify not only the individualized violence and terrorism that right-wingers are committing in the United States today, but also to justify the systemic oppression that they want to not only propagate, but escalate to an extreme degree. Fundamentally, at the end of the day, the institutions that exist in the United States are all skewed in favor of the extreme right. So much so that these right-wingers laugh at the idea of being called hypocrites because they know that the institutions are structured such that their hypocrisy is irrelevant. They know that these tools of the state are organized to suppress the working class, to suppress marginalized people, and to propagate any type of lie that these right-wingers would like to push. Ultimately, right-wingers do not believe in truth. They only believe in their own power. And yes, right-wingers do support violence, because forcing somebody to give birth against their will is a violent act. And these Republicans that laugh at that are telling you that they fundamentally do not care about people's lives. They fundamentally do not view violence as a bad thing. They view violence as a good thing that is useful to their political ends. And most importantly, they have no commitment to the idea of democracy and are willing to use any means necessary in order to gain power. The only thing more frustrating than this reality is the fact that Joe Biden and the Democrats have basically committed themselves to doing nothing about it.